Good evening and welcome to the March 6th Cable Oversight Committee meeting. As you all are aware, our fellow member, Jim Gallagher, passed away this week. So I'd like to open the meeting with a moment of silence for Jim. Please. Thank you. And that, Jim, you're always in our thoughts. I'm gonna share my screen for a minute. This meeting is being conducted remotely, consistent with the Executive Order of July 17th, 2022. The order can be found on the town's website at www.grafton-ma.gov. Ensuring public access does not ensure public participation unless participation is required by law. Please note that this meeting is being recorded and that the attendees are participating via video conference. Be aware that others may be able to see you. And please take care not to screen share your computer. Anything that you broadcast may be captured by the recording. Please remember to mute your phone or computer when you are not speaking. Please remember to speak clearly and in a way that helps generate accurate minutes. For any response, please wait for the chair to yield the floor to you. If members wish to engage with other members, please do so through the chair. The chair will now confirm that all members are present and that they can be heard. Excellent. Bob DeToma.
Aye.
Corson.
Aye.
Bob H.
I'm here.
And of course, Bob Berger, I can definitely hear myself. Okay.
Yeah, we need to be able to hear you.
That is true. All right. So the first thing on our agenda is public input. Does anybody have any public input? Bob DeToma, is there anybody out there?
There's currently nobody out there.
Okay. I have some public input, but I want to turn up my speaker. So my service at where I live, I have Spectrum. I got a phone call from Spectrum about 3 weeks ago and said they detected a problem inside my house and they'd like to come investigate it. I didn't know I had a problem inside my house. So we had a technician come by with his meter and he did all his metering and he determined that there was something wrong either in my house or outside the house. Took him about a half hour to figure out that the connections on the outside of the house were no good. So he replaced those and now I'm back up and running. And I did notice that one of my TVs was flickering on the higher channels. And once he did that, it fixed the problem. So that's my public input. Kudos for Spectrum for looking at all of the outputs and the inputs and finding an issue and coming in. I don't think I took attendance.
Yes.
So I did hear that everybody heard. I see Sean just came in. So Sean, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so I think that's good enough for our attendance. Any further discussion on public input? Go ahead, Bob.
You said they reached out to you?
They did. The Spectrum called and said, we detected a problem with your service at your house, and we would like to send a technician out to look at what's going on there, because we see in our home office or our office that the signal doesn't look right. So they reached out, they came in, they found a couple problems with the outside connector, and then he came in and he put an amplifier inside the house. And I saw the meter, and now before everything was in the red, and now everything's in the green. So I just want to give, Spectrum kudos to them for doing that. Sean?
On that same note, sorry, I saw Spectrum outside my neighbor's house I knew they weren't home, so I simply went over and you said, hey, I know they're not home, maybe leave a note on the door. And he told me that he was there because of Spectrum, as you just said, detected an issue at their house. And unfortunately, you're skeptical these days of sales pitches and such as that.
Right.
So I kind of took it with a little bit of a grain of salt and a little, okay, maybe, maybe not. But what you're saying just verifies what he was actually doing, and it was legit. So I guess I'm with you there. I would give kudos to them for that.
Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Let's move on. We have a little bit of a busy night. Mr. DeTomer, you have a treasurer's report for us.
Stand by.
We are standing.
Okay, so I sent out the ledger history for the cable oversight account, and I hope everybody's had a chance to look at it. Previous balance was a little over $1 million. Expenditures were $176,012.45. Credits to the account, $298,326.26. Our ending balance is now $1,122,853.28.
Thank you, Mr. DeTomer. Is there any further discussion on the treasurer's report? None coming up. Minutes. I did not see any minutes that came out.
You
So-
didn't. That's
Okay.
correct. I didn't. I'm sorry. I'll tell you, March snuck up on me through the month of February, and I had a very busy this past weekend with my job. So unfortunately, I didn't manage to get it done in time. So minutes will have to wait so many hours longer, but they will get done. One thing I did come across, Mr. Totoma, when the video was actually posted on YouTube, the banner across the bottom says February 6th of 2022 for last month's meeting. If that makes any difference,
We should have discussed that in old business, not in minutes.
Oh.
But that's okay.
Okay, right.
You can pull it down and fix it, put it back up.
Okay, so Corson, that's fine. We'll have to do two sets of minutes at our next meeting.
That's fine.
Send them out together.
I will.
All right. All right, so now, again, Bob DeTomer, let's have a little discussion on what's going on with the audio for Spectrum.
So our plan was to escalate our complaints to Attorney Bill August, who prepared a letter, which Mr. Berger and I reviewed, and checking it for facts and dates and times the technicians had been at the studio. And after we were happy with the results of the wording of the letter, then Mr. August asked us to present it to the TA so that he could put it on letterhead featuring the town administrator's office and the select board. And then at that time, he was forwarding it to John Marr, who's the legal representative for Charter, and ball is in their court, and we are waiting for a response.
Is there any further discussion on that action item? They're very quiet tonight. Okay, I'm going to share my screen again. Can somebody tell me when you can see the agenda?
Yep.
You can see it now?
Yes.
Okay, I'm going to bring that down. So, Bob, this is for replacement of the, I think I'm on the right spreadsheet, but I think they're intermingled. You're going to have to help me out a little bit.
Sorry, I'll go through this one first.
But
first
do
line
I have
item-
the right spreadsheet? I mean, the right quote?
just let me go through this one first and then it'll make sense. So the first line item is a Samsung 40-inch glass LED. This is to replace the monitor in the entryway to the studio. The monitor that displays the educational channel failed. And so this is the price quote from Okers to replace that unit. The 5 RCA male right angle adapters are to take some of the strain off the cabling into the back of the units, because we noticed that the fittings in the back were getting loose because of the strain on the cable. So Danielle recommended a right angle adapter. Next item is 4 Sharp 43-inch monitors. These are for room A, to replace the ones that are in there now that have been failing. We have been replacing power supplies quite frequently, and so those are going to replace the 4 that hang in the audience of room A. And then, of course, there's 4 ceiling mounts to go with it, installation, cables, sundry other items.
Go ahead, Bob.
Do you know the size of the ones that are there now? Are these bigger?
No, these are the same size
Okay, because you know,
for the headroom.
Yeah.
Yep. So do we have any, well, can I get a motion on expending this money?
he didn't mention
At the bottom, total package,
no, the item 4, I didn't hear. Ceiling mount.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry,
well-
what's the question?
what is,
Well, I didn't hear it mentioned, and I'm not sure what, because these are different monitors, they need different mounts or what?
Yeah, these are they could not get the exact same monitors that they have hanging overhead in the audience. So these are the 4 nearest equivalents that Sharp recommended. And that also means that the ceiling mounts that attach to the pipes had to be upgraded too.
Okay,
I'll stop the share. With that, can I get a motion?
to do what? Approve the purchase, the expenditure?
Yes.
So moved.
Second.
I got a second.
I'll second it.
I already got a second from Sean.
Oh.
You want to mark that down? Discussion, further discussion? None. Bob DeToma?
Aye.
Corson?
Aye.
Sean?
Aye.
Bob H?
Aye.
And Bob Berger, aye. Motion has carried. Excellent. Bob DeToma, you can take care of that for us?
Yeah, I'll follow up on it.
And I think that's gonna take a, PO.
I will speak to the procurement officer, whose name is Mr. William.
Okay. So that took care of item 4, and it also took care of item 5. We're now on item 6. So I got to get item 6 up, and I did. I'm going to share my screen again. Tell me when you can see the screen.
Yep.
Okay. So what we're planning on doing, and we have the finance committee this weekend. I don't know if they're going to talk about this warrant article, but this is going to be a warrant article, and I did forward it to the committee. And what we're doing is we're to appropriate $125,000 from the PEG access contribution account to the cable capital project account as recommended by the Oversight Committee. The reason why we're doing this is if we don't put it in the cable project account, we would have to expend this money by June 30th. But if we put it in this special account, then we don't have to encumber in the project and keep on going. I kind of jumped a little bit because we've got like $77,000. I did this out of order and I apologize to the committee. we have $77,000 for conference room F. And you're saying to yourself, well, what's the extra money for? Well, when I put the agenda together, I just realized that I made a mistake by not showing you this. I don't know. Oh, that's Sean. God bless you.
Thank you.
I thought it was a dog. We we incorporated I'm going to call it the lunchbox because that's how I remembered it. For the high school town meeting production, we got a price of $28,000 to do a 3-camera shoot with robotic cameras. And that's why I bundled that in the warrant. That's why it's $125,000. We still might need a little more money to run one Cat 5 cable, but I think we can handle it with the funds that we're trying to get right now. So, discussion?
I'm confused. We were talking about conference room F, and all of a sudden we segued to town meeting.
We did.
The article, the motion that I see doesn't mention town meeting.
It says right here.
Well, I don't know anything about that document.
I know. We'll talk about it right now.
Well,
This is the motion that we have. This is the motion that we're proposing. It's only here. We haven't approved it yet. So I'm trying to persuade my fellow committee members that let's do it. So the motion is to appropriate $125,000. While I was talking to Bob DeTolmer a week ago before this meeting, we really want to get a better product for town meetings equipment. So I threw in here and to upgrade equipment. I could put to upgrade equipment for high school auditorium or town meeting production, because that's what this means right here. Upgrade equipment is that lunchbox equipment that we're trying to purchase for either this town meeting, which probably would not happen, but it could, or definitely next town meeting. That's why this isn't just 77,000. We brought it up to 125,000.
the equipment they're talking about for town meeting, though, isn't just for town meeting that's gonna sit in
No,
high school, is it?
no, absolutely not. It's
Really at least part of it. It's a good part of a mobile production capability.
100%.
Why don't we
on the
say,
common?
why don't I, a few more words in the motion maybe would be clearer. People are gonna be interested, a few people anyway are gonna be interested that we're working on mobile production.
All right, so we could reword that, upgrade equipment for mobile production.
So moved.
Excellent. Love it.
Second.
And we got a second. More discussion, Bob DeToma.
I seconded the motion. That was why I waved my hand.
Okay, Corson, why don't you just mark down that Paul just walked into the meeting? Okay, so we have a second further discussion.
I just want to be clear with the committee that they understand that because we have a hardwired internet connection in the control booth at the high school, this technology that we want to acquire will utilize that internet feed to broadcast from the auditorium out to the world. So keeping that in mind, when we say that it's going to be a mobile device, it would be mobile in the sense that as long as we take it to a place where there's a live internet feed that we can hook into.
Right.
Like the library.
Yeah, I just want to make sure that people understood we're not going to lug it to the Mill Village's pavilion and hook it up. It's not going to work there. It's going to work strictly over an internet connection.
You sure we don't have internet there?
Yeah, I think, you know, Bob, I think if we really thought about it, with that fiber optic, it might take some work, but with that fiber optic connection we have at the pavilion, we might be able to jump in the internet connection there. Bob H.
We'll figure it out. These pieces are the main pieces, aside from audio for remote production. And it's a step in that direction. I had some other thought, but too late.
Okay, with that.
Oh, I know. Paul just came in and I wonder if he is wondering what we're voting on. Or whether he came in soon enough to.
No, I'm waiting for you guys to, I'm waiting for Dave to hear it. So you can tell me.
So
Just read the motion again.
I have to get it back up.
I appreciate it.
In my screen.
I don't have the revised version. I moved to appropriate.
It's not revised.
I
didn't revise it yet.
No, I know you did. That's why me reading what I've got is only marginally helpful.
So, Paul, what we're doing here is we have a draft motion to go in front of town meeting May 8th. We got like $77,000 you guys already appropriated or approved for conference room F upstairs to get that equipment. So it's like conference room A. Bob DeTomer and I have been talking for about a week or so, and we said it might not be a bad idea to get a price on this lunchbox deal. I call it a lunchbox. It's a switcher with 3 robotic cameras that we can set up in the high school for the town meeting production, because I'm really sick of seeing the audience back of their head. I want to see their face when they're asking the select
Right.
board or the moderator.
Yeah, that's a good point, right?
Yep. So we've been asking for it forever, but the technology hasn't been there, except it got there maybe a year ago. So everybody's really excited about this.
That's cool.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think that price was off the top of my head, like $28,000 to purchase the cameras and all the other associated equipment. So now, this is what we're voting on now. I move to appropriate $125,000 from the PEG Access Verizon contribution account to the cable capital project account as recommended by the finance committee for the purpose of renovations to
Cable.
conference room F. You interrupted me, but that's right. Conference room F, and to upgrade equipment for mobile, and we're gonna say probably mobile productions.
Right.
Because it just said upgrade equipment, and Bob wanted some more words in there. Mobile productions seems like good words to put in here. We had a motion, we had seconded. We're on discussion. You came in on discussion, and now we're ready to take the vote. Unless you have something you want to talk about. I'll give you that opportunity.
No, it's fantastic.
Okay, so let's start.
I
Bob
just
D.
saw Sean put his hand up for a second.
Oh, Sean, you have a question?
I just quick, I'm somewhat hesitant to add the words for mobile because it might give the impression that, you know, we are creating or trying to do something where we can just like show up at a parade, for example, and just start broadcasting live. So I'm hesitant to put that word in there.
Call it field production. I don't know.
Do we all agree on field production?
I didn't think about it a moment ago, but now that Sean brings it up, I would have to agree. I think it should be a little bit more specific. But somehow we have to work into the fact that it's only going to, right now, day one, if we took possession of it, it's only going to work on the internet.
Well, I put in for town meeting production. We could put town meeting, let me write this down,
What I'm driving at is that anyone who reads that motion is not going to understand that it's strictly an internet-based program.
Hold on, town meeting production and other events,
Hmm,
hold on, outside of the studio.
Still vague.
I want it to be vague.
I agree. I agree.
you're gonna be able to do production any place you have a decent internet connection, aren't you, Bob?
Absolutely. And I don't know what Bob.
So I don't know that that's anymore. You know, there was a time when, yeah, it would be really hard to do that, but most of the places that we're gonna do production will be within reach of internet. To plug, good internet to plug into, so.
Mr. Chair, can you put the motion up?
All of the extra words are, help me.
You
Never.
want it back up? Yep, but I can't type on this. It's a PDF.
No, but if I see it, I can.
Absolutely.
It's in the email.
Well, it's in front of you now.
No, but he's got, the new words. I'm not worried about it.
One thing I'll just comment is that whether it says remote or field or anything like that, that's barely just to tell you its location. The other part is the connection itself, which is whether it's where you have an Ethernet connection or where you have another connection. So you can describe all kinds of things of how it's going to be external, but the other portion of it is whether you have an actual connection. And it's conceivable you actually could have a 3 robotic camera shoot and just have it pre-recorded without it being live.
Leave it be.
I got
If
you,
people,
Bob.
don't say any more than we have to. If people at town meeting have questions, which is, I think, pretty slim chance, we'll explain.
I agree with Bob H.
I agree.
Bob D, you have the floor right now.
All right, I got it. So right after it says Cable Oversight Committee for the purpose of renovations to conference room F and to upgrade internet broadcast equipment.
Okay.
Simple and easy, just a couple of words.
Yeah.
And then I'm happy.
I'm happy you're happy.
That doesn't tell them what we're doing.
That's
Just
all right. You
Leave
just,
leave it as upgrade equipment.
I'll leave it as upgrade equipment if everybody's happy with that.
I'm gonna remake my motion that way.
Do I get the second back, Sean?
second,
Here you go. And if people ask on town meeting floor, we'll tell them, I was about to say, tell them it's none of their business.
no,
We can explain, we can have Bob H get up there and explain everything.
Yeah.
Because,
Been there, done that.
he's the one that operates it. Okay, I mean, he's the, not Bob D. Bob, I want Bob D, not Bob H. Okay,
Oh, wow. I don't know about that. No.
all right. With that being said, the motion as presented is what we're voting on now. Bob D,
Aye.
Bob H,
I
Sean,
aye.
Paul,
Aye.
Corson,
Aye.
and Bob B says aye. It passes. Excellent. I will present that to William tomorrow for him to put in his book. All right, now let me get back to the agenda. Bob D, this is you again. Activities.
Okay, activities. School vacation is over or has been over for a while, and Sophie, our weather presenter, and Ben Clements, our weekly sports recap students, have been in and done their thing, and most recently again this afternoon. Friday morning, Bill had the conversation with the local jazz trio. They were in for another live studio session, and I think they're planning to go right through the spring with new productions. They have gone out of their way to try and attract other people to come in and perform with them. on one time, one month they had a vocalist, another month they had a xylophone guy, and so they continue to come up with new guests to take part in the productions, which we have been playing on the local channel and placed on our YouTube, and it's been fun to see them come in and be so enthusiastic. And Bill's got it down to science, and he has them set up the night before they come in, and it's been quite it's been quite rewarding to see everything take place. We also recently had a duo come in by the name of Emma and Blake. They were performers who had done some performances up at concerts on the Common over the summer, and they had heard about the jazz trio, so they asked if they could come in, and so they came in and did a local musical session. So it's been a lot of fun to see these crowds of artists come and go.
Excellent. Any questions for Bob D?
Nope, good
No?
job, Bob.
Okay. It appears our next meeting will be Monday, April 17th. Does anybody
Patriots Day?
have- What's that?
That's Patriots Day, right? You want to meet on that date?
No, but that's what I put down.
Okay.
Is it a legal holiday? Is the
Yeah,
town?
it's a legal holiday. We can't have it. So, what date do you guys want to go for now? So we could
There
do,
aren't a lot of Mondays.
well, there's 4.
No, but as for me,
Can you do the 10th, Bob?
let me look here. Planning board.
Aren't you the 1st and the 4th?
No, I'm the second and fourth.
Oh.
The
Oh, you
10th
want-
and the second.
So you've got the 3rd, April 3rd.
April 3rd is. I could do the 3rd.
Does anybody have a conflict with the 3rd?
No, looks good for me.
I just changed it here. Okay. Any old business that anybody wants to discuss? Bob DeToma has some old business.
I got a response back from the school department from Dr. Cummings' office when this is in reference to Corson's request to modernize the logos. The secretary in Dr. Cummings' office sent me an email and informed me that the official Grafton school logo for sports is the letter G basically it's in a football shape. And there is no authorized gator cartoon or animation or anything like that. So that fills out the trio of the 3 logos. So we can get them into the rotation and start making the upgrades pretty soon now that we've got that answer. And
I like it.
yeah, I think
Sounds great.
good to go.
Okay. Any new business? No new business. You guys have nothing. Okay, so I am gonna take a motion for adjournment.
I move
Before
we-
everybody, just a minute. Before everybody clicks off the meeting, I have some credits that I'm gonna run. So if you want to stay on the meeting to watch the credits, that would be great. If you don't want to, that's fine too. So do I have a motion for adjournment?
I move we adjourn.
There you go.
I'll second it.
And everybody just say aye.
Aye.
Take a roll call on that. All right, so I'm gonna try to see if I can figure this out. Sometimes I'm good and sometimes I'm bad. Bob, do you see a black screen?
Yep.
And then once the credits are over, everybody have a great night. And thank you.
Good night. Thanks.
Thank
So,
you.
Here we go.
Good evening, this is Grafton Update. I'm your host, Jim Gallagher. This is the first time that we're trying something like this on public access TV. A half-hour show to try to help you to be informed.
Stepping up
So the Grafton Public Access microphone, ladies and gentlemen, Samuel Winston, who was born in Massachusetts. Right? Because the night right out there, we'll find out where the folks are going. And we leave their trash, that'll be picked up one other day. The entire society or our town, how it affects us. Because they want to be special. Town. You want to talk to some other kids in your own age. You tell them to do the things that they can do around home or in their neighborhood to help clean up the town of Rapid.
I could say, come on, kids, come on.
We're sitting
Emperor.
Great mead, full smooth.
Stands for, and it's times like this that like me was no here. Gonna say, you know what, we're gonna dig down for another $350 to make sure these kids have the same opportunity down. Well, we've got folks coming from all over the place here tonight. These people are just not serious about anything they do. As a matter of fact, all night long, they can have things with the budget.
Yes.
No, just Dunsky. No, Dunsky, but God, I told you, I love him. Thank you. Thank you, not just for this, but for the town, for all you do to keep us safe, and to keep us aware of all of the things that we need to know. You're just a wonderful, wonderful town leader and a wonderful member of this community, and we're grateful that you're here. So thank you.
And good night from us, from Grafton Community Television. We hope you have a wonderful holiday season. We hope you're very nice to each other, not just when Santa comes, but all the time. This is Jim Gallagher for Grafton Community Television.
Yeah, good job.
Thank you. That was very nice.
Nice tribute.
There you go, guys. Bob, cut out. I want that to be the end when you do the meeting. Bob D,
I heard you.
just you're like my wife. Nobody acknowledges me.
Good night.